Well, fish owners, we've got some reasonable reports around the area, but if you're after trout in the streams, pretty well tough going. Forget it. It's not really worth the effort at the moment. Mind you, somebody's got to keep trying to find out when they're starting to fire up because they just haven't started yet. Everybody that's coming in is telling me it's really dead. Victoria, New South Wales, doesn't seem to matter where you go. If you have got a good report, let us know because we'd be surprised at the moment, to be honest with you. But I'm getting some reports from the Hume Weir. The redfin are there, they're in pretty good numbers, but you've got to work pretty hard for them. It's a matter of finding a patch, working for them, bobbing little yabbies around seems to producing some of the better fish, really small yabbies that is, and also picking a few up on the troll and tiny little blades, soft plastics, that sort of thing, but you've got to find them first. The old scenario, 10 boats go out, 10 boats come in, 3 or 4 have got a good feed of redfin, the rest have got nothing. So you've got to work pretty hard for them. Doesn't seem to be too many yellowbelly getting caught down there, no trout that I know of. Dartmouth and Talbingo and those places, the odd trout getting caught in those areas. Eucabeanton, Tangra, Jindabyne, a few trout up there too, but they're working pretty hard for them this time of year, which is standard for the summer months. If you're going to chase trout this time of year in the lakes, you'll need a bit of lead line or a downrigger. That'll help you out a little bit, but other than that, the native fish are really good in some areas. My whale is producing the odd few fish, which is a bit of a surprise. We've had nothing out of there for ages, but it's not firing by any means. It's tough work down there. We'll get another report through later on in the week because there's a comp on down there this weekend. But where the hot action is still the Murrumbidgee River. Tell you what, this is our saving grace, this river. It's absolutely mind-blowing. We're getting a huge amount of fish out of it, a lot of cod, a few yellow belly, a few silvers, looking real promising at the moment. The cod are getting caught on surface lures, on spinner baits, on hard bodies, on bait of all descriptions. It doesn't seem to matter. Anybody wanting quality fish though has to fish for those quality fish. You need to use some good hard body lures, spinner baits. The surface lures producing a few as well, but Big Yab is producing some good quality fish as well. So it's looking real promising. The Bidgie River and also Old Man Creek is still fishing okay. So, and the water's clear and clean in the river and the creek. Really happy with it. The temperature's good and the fish are incredibly active. Getting further up into places like Blowering, bit of action out of Blowering, a few cod and yellowbelly coming out. The full moon wasn't as good as we'd hoped, but we've still got a bit of a play on the full moon at the moment. So, you know, over the next week we should get some good results from there, hopefully. I'm getting signs of redfin firing up, which I mentioned before, out of Blowering. The best report I heard, over 2 days, a gentleman got 170 reddies. A lot of them are small, but up to a pound and a half. There was he got a couple of good feeds out of it, so it was certainly worth the effort. Most of the good ones were caught on very small yabbies, but little blades and soft plastics were also working, but most of the small fish were caught on the blades. So a little bit of action out of there. I would be looking, they're only in about 20 to 30 feet of water, but I'd be tempted to look in 50, 60, 70, even 80 feet of water at Blowering if you want some big fish at the moment. A little bit of action at Burrinjuck, pretty happy with it. Plenty of yellow belly coming out of it. A few cod getting caught on the troll, but the yellows on shrimp and yabbies in around the timber, and they're trolling a few yellows there as well. You might even get a feed of redfin out of there if you're lucky, so a little bit of action there. Wangler Dam, not too bad. We're getting some good activity there, especially up in the arms again. Trolling or casting seems to be getting a few yellows and a few decent cod. Some of the cod are a little bit bigger than the last couple of weeks. We've got the odd one up around the 82 to 85 this week, so it looks pretty promising. South Coast, the estuaries are fishing well. Those that are warm enough are fishing really well. The colder ones are really quiet at the moment, but you will get some good results if you put in the time. Well, this is the Compleat Anglers Fishing Report for this week. Catch you next week.